What's up, everybody? This is Danny, and it is a surprisingly cold night here in Florida. But I'm here doing the low light test between the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, the Pixel 4 XL, and the iPhone 11 Pro Max. So I want to know which one of these has the best low light. We're going to test video, we're going to test photos, and just try to get every kind of scenario that we can get, and then see if the Galaxy S20 Ultra is the new low light king. Let's go ahead and get started. The iPhone and the Pixel 4 XL both have 12 megapixel main cameras, but the S20 Ultra has a monster 108 megapixel camera. But in low light, I use the 12 megapixel bin mode to make things fair, and also because it gives the best balanced shots with highlights, overall detail, and noise reduction. All of these pictures are shot in auto mode with the built-in night modes on their respective stock camera apps. I've taken a lot of these shots without night mode and then with night mode to see which one does it best. It will be listed down below which mode it is so you don't get confused. After looking at a ton of images side by side, here's what I noticed. These are arguably some of the best low light shooters on the market right now, and they are all great, but here are some general characteristics that I noticed during my testing. The larger sensor and the 9 pixels to 1 binning really shows on the S20 Ultra by producing the brightest shot in most scenarios. The Pixel 4 XL and iPhone do a great job of keeping up though. One thing that you will notice is that all of these cameras produce a different look and choose different white balance priorities. Generally, the Pixel 4 XL lands extremely warm on the normal shot, but then when you use night sight, it totally does the opposite on white balance, landing it on the cool side. You end up getting two totally different shots. This for sure will be a preference thing, and I'm guaranteeing it will be a mix-up in the comment section, but let's talk about some of the technical differences between these cameras. For example, here on this boat and water shot, you could argue that the iPhone 11 Pro Max has the more natural replication with colors, look, and feel, but the shadows are crushed to produce those inky blacks. The Pixel lands warmer with more saturation, giving it a more pleasing look, but brightening the sky to a more blue tone, and notably with the most noise in the sky, you can really see it. The S20 Ultra does produce the brightest shot, so I can see a lot of people choosing this in a blind test, but technically it has the worst highlight control, blowing out the lights on the top of the boat and over accentuating the lights on the water, but the noise is well controlled with a good mixture of shadow detail. When we go into night mode though, the Ultra just turns that scene into daytime, and I guess that's the goal of night mode, so that just shows you how good this night mode can be in certain scenarios with the S20 Ultra. And it did trigger the longest exposure time, but in my opinion, I still think that the iPhone creates the more natural night mode scenario with plenty of dynamic range and detail, and the Pixel 4 XL lands somewhere in the middle. Like I said, this is going to trigger some debate. Which one do you like better? In terms of details and sharpness, they are all great, impressive even without night mode, but when night mode kicks in, it's noticeable how detailed and sharpened the S20 Ultra's images are, and in this scenario, it really works to its advantage. But under trickier lighting conditions, it can be a little bit different. You can see over sharpening on the image processing, and sometimes when it hits night mode, it's accentuated even more. Look at the street food lettering, halo effects with uneven colors, where the Pixel 4 XL and the iPhone 11 Pro Max handle the red lettering best with clarity and balance. All have really great colors for the most part, and this is another example where even without night mode, the S20 Ultra creates the brighter picture, capturing great details. The Pixel 4 XL comes in with the most saturated picture. I'm really surprised that the Pixel was oversaturating in most of this testing. But see here with night sight, how the Pixel literally turned the scene to cool. It looks better in my opinion, but that is a drastic change. The Ultra at night mode tends to also change. It turns the images warm, but the detail and highlight preservation is great here. But what I noticed is that the preservation can be too aggressive in night mode. So see how nicely exposed this balloon is here? When it switches to night mode, the picture looks much dimmer with a significant color temperature change, so I hope this can be improved in a future software update, but damn, is there no denying the amount of detail that's captured here. It looks significantly sharper than the other two cameras. It just needs a little bit of tuning, but long story short, if you want that ultra sharpness, go with the S20 Ultra. Here are some examples of shots in different scenarios and different lighting, and generally speaking, the characteristics are repeated, but when it comes to red color replication, the Samsung still falls behind here. The Pixel and the iPhone are nearly identical.
Skin tones at night are also brightest with the Ultra, but the iPhone is the most natural in my opinion, with the best handling of the red color in the background, because you can see it's nice and even. But look at the amount of background separation the Ultra is giving off. The natural bokeh is incredible. You can really see it here on this macro shot. Look at the bokeh, it's significantly better than the other two cameras, but it does produce the softest shot where the iPhone takes the sharpest and best exposure on the flower in this scenario. When it comes to dynamic range, a lot of shots show the S20 Ultra being better because of that binning structure. Look at the windows, all of the details are retained inside of the shop, where the Pixel does the second best and the iPhone is coming up short here. Regardless of which one is technically better, mobile cameras have come a long way. I mean, look at this shot without night mode. This image would have been terrible a few years ago. When you kick on night mode, you do get a different interpretation on each camera. I'm surprised that the Pixel actually did the worst here with the watercolor. It's just not accurate at all. I guess I can't do this video without mentioning the zoom capabilities of the S20 Ultra. You can zoom up to 100 times, but at night, I would stick to the 10x zoom. When it comes to low light selfies, the Ultra and the Pixel are the ones to go for. There is a night mode on the front facing camera for both the Ultra and the Pixel, and look at the difference that it makes. The detail in the Ultra's front facing camera is insane. There is no skin smoothing in night mode. You can see it a little bit in the regular shots for sure, but all of these have different skin tone replication. But I'm really digging the Pixels, and even though it's not the most accurate, it is definitely the most pleasing shot. But there is absolutely no denying that the Ultra has the most detail with that 40 megapixel sensor binning down. I do notice that the Galaxy is picking up the green tone on the skin a lot, more than the other two, so let me know which one that you like the most. The iPhone really needs a selfie night mode because it is the worst here with the most noise in the darker conditions. So let's talk about the 4K video. The S20 Ultra can shoot in 8K, which is really cool, but at night it doesn't make a difference, and you'll see why in a minute. The Ultra's video creates the noisiest video out of all three with the worst detail, and the Pixel isn't much better, but it's really no contest here when it comes to the iPhone video. It takes it clearly with the best noise reduction and clarity. Here it is in another scenario with a band playing. The Pixel actually has the worst video here. The exposure and colors and contrast are just non-existent. If you crop into the sky, you can really see how noisy the video is on the Ultra and the Pixel. The iPhone has the best noise reduction, contrast, and sharpness, and all of this could change with a software update to the S20 Ultra, but with the physical restriction of the 0.8 micron pixel size on the main sensor, I'm not sure if that's possible, but let's see what Samsung responds with major software updates coming out in the near future. So after looking at these images, let me know which camera did the nighttime shots the best. For me, I think the iPhone has the most natural nighttime color replication and also has the best video out of the three, but the Ultra has the most detail, literally turning night into day with the improved night mode. It's impressive. And the Pixel 4 XL is the Pixel, just keeping up extremely well with that computational photography. It is still impressive. Regardless of which one you pick, they are all good, but I hope this video helped you make a decision when it comes to preference of nighttime photography and video. The real winner here is us, the consumer, because nighttime photos are getting better and better, and that's something that I can appreciate. So thank you for watching, thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one.